Voting isn't just going to the polls anymore on election day. Options like early voting, mail-in voting, and ballot drop boxes are available to more voters and are growing in popularity. How to Vote is a tool created by Democracy Works, and it breaks down the options your state offers by forecasting a ballot, empowering you to decide where and when to vote. Democracy works best when we all vote, but misinformation and confusion about election procedures have resulted in low voter turnout. How to Vote takes the guesswork out of the voting process. It is easy to use and helps folks from all over the country overcome many of the process barriers to voting. It is committed to helping you vote no matter what. You can use the How to Vote tool to sign up for election reminders, see what's on your ballot, get step-by-step assistance requesting your mail ballot, explore your options for returning your mail-in ballot, check your voter registration status, and find your local polling site, and make sure that you have an appropriate ID to bring with you. Decide when and where you'll vote this year at howto.vote.
Hello and welcome to the formal review. Today, we will be looking at the 2018 film, Superfly. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the review.
Hey everybody, welcome back. My name's Andre, the critic for Box Office Buzz, and as always, with the review we'll have some spoilers, but I'm gonna try to keep it as vague as possible so that if you want to see the film, this won't ruin it for you. But also, I always advise, if you haven't seen the film and want to, go see it and then come back and listen to my review. But if you don't care, keep listening. Superfly is an action crime film directed by Director X and written by Alex Shea. It is the remake of the 1972 blaxploitation film Superfly. It stars Trevor Jackson, Jason Mitchell, Michael Kenneth Williams, Lex Scott Davis, and Jennifer Morrison. Now, if you haven't seen the original film, I did do a review on it on Box Office Buzz, go check that out. But if you have seen it, you know what the plot is here. It's going to be very similar. This man, Youngblood Priest, has been on the hustle since he was 11. He essentially has seen everything, plays chess with the cocaine game. One night, a rival gangster kind of pulls a gun on him, and because he has Neo powers, Priest isn't hit, but a innocent female bystander ends up being wounded. This causes him to question his life choices, and he doesn't want to die, and he doesn't want to end up in prison, so he wants to get out. So he has to make enough money so that he can, and through this process, he has to overstep his boss / sensei, and then get to the supplier, who's this Mexican drug lord. Honestly, this film has a lot of things that are over the top, and the director seems to be going toward a Fast and Furious type of motif, and there are multiple scenes in this film that are almost as ridiculous as the original, and honestly, they're just an updated version of it, and that's okay. I think that there's a random romance scene that really is kind of in the middle of the film for no reason, and frankly, that happened in the original too, so you gotta give this film props for at least trying to do an updated remake of the film. And I think that's what really makes this film definitely better than it is that you see the real heart in trying to make this like the original film. It has some decent music, and it's clearly done by a guy who's known for his music video work. You get to see Outkast, Big Boy in it, Rick Ross. The soundtrack is a lot of current hip-hop music, and every so often you get the old Curtis Mayfield song. There's a real attempt to try to modernize the story. It's like a mix of Fast and the Furious plus Matrix plus Scarface plus the TV show Empire. The villains are another co-group called the Snow Patrol, which is a little on the nose, I think. I think that there's some decent performances here. Trevor Jackson as Priest, I think he does a decent job. He has that swagger. His outfit arts are ridiculous, just like the original. I think he fits into the role. I think Jason Mitchell as his partner Eddie is good. He's more known for Straight Outta Compton, Detroit, Mudbound. He's not terrible. He's kind of funny at times. Honestly, this is clearly just an update to the original film, and it has a lot of people who are really overacting. Now, with the original, what made it so good was the fact that its message of negativities of gang life and somebody trying to get out of that is kept pushed toward you throughout the entire film. Whereas this, it kind of ends up being kind of a side plot. It happens, obviously, but it's just not as strong because a lot of the people around him aren't telling him that, alright, this is the only place to be. This is the best we're gonna get. Why are you trying to leave? All of this. Like, there's only like one character in this film, whereas in the previous film, it's a lot more of them. So it's more significant significant comments on society. Now, through this plot, there's also messages about corrupt law enforcement, police brutality, Black Lives Matter. You see what they're going for. It works at times, but then at other times it really doesn't. I mean, it becomes so ridiculous that these messages and these attempts toward commenting on society don't really work as well. It's so outrageous. For example, there's one scene where a General Lee statue is lit on fire by a car crashing into it and then it tumbles out. Like, that's the type of really over-the-top type of things that are happening in this film. And while it does touch on these, like, obviously important messages, it's not really progressive with its women. It's honestly fairly sexist in my mind. This film is pretty meh. There's some good things about it, but there's a lot of bad things about it as well. There's a lot of things about this film that theoretically would make this a decent remake. However, it's just so over the top and it becomes so ridiculous. Honestly, for me, it's almost so bad, it's good. I feel that I did not waste 2 hours. So I think if you are already planning on going to see this film, go see it. But if you have to go see it, I would say go see it at Manhattan. It's really not worth your. If you aren't planning on seeing it, don't spend your money on it. It's not worth the time. I think that you can definitely find a better movie coming out this week. Give this a 2 out of 5 both times. Now let me know what you think of Superfly. Have you even seen the original? And are you planning on seeing this one? Let me know. Talk to me on Twitter. Talk to me on Facebook. Talk to me on Instagram. The URL is all the same. At The Formal Review. And until next time, take care, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Formal Review. We hope you'll join us again.